Okay. Namaste or whatever. I am on a holiday. This is my room. Very nice. I'm in Italy. And I wanted to do video because I want to I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts that I need to get out. So I had a massage today by a lady who also does like I think like energy works. So after the massage, she told me that my energy felt like um still, like the water in a pool. She pointed out to the pool and she said like that. Still. And then she said it should be more like the waterfall, like um but in a good way, not just chaotic, just more, energy, I guess. And I'm sitting here now thinking about this, okay? And I'm realizing some things. I have a I have a big thing with how my with how my heart works. I don't know. Um, I maybe it's not weird at all, but it does feel like it. So with any women, pretty much. I'm not saying all, but like every woman that is kind of attractive. I have the huge problem that I cannot be myself. So uh, some people might be good at putting on a mask. I'm not. I don't want it. And the reason I cannot be myself is because I like them. And I want to kiss them. And I want to make out. And cuddle. And all of that. If I see a good looking woman. So, here's the thing though. I mean, I'm sure there's enough single women out there that would do that, but you also have a lot of women that are in relationships and stuff like that. So those all fall out the window because, for obvious reasons, they're not going to reciprocate. But that doesn't mean that the feeling goes away, right? That doesn't mean that what I feel like inside changes, just because someone has a partner or something. Then out of those that are single, you're gonna have a portion of them who will just not like me. Maybe for my personality, maybe for what I look like, maybe for many reasons, right? But that doesn't change how I feel on the inside. So, what I'm thinking is, yeah, I think the lady, the masseuse, is kind of right. I don't want to be the still water who just, you know, sits out the fucking heat. I want to be the waterfall, but in order to be the waterfall, I'm going to have to live out my myself. I have to be myself, and I cannot sit there and pretend you know, like I'm not interested in someone. If I am interested in someone, I cannot sit there and pretend like I'm not, just because I'm scared, right? Just because whatever. So here's the thing: in order to become the waterfall, I'm going to have to make a lot of women uncomfortable. Also, I have to make myself uncomfortable. And I'm going to have to go through a lot of pain and rejection because that's just how that works. And But that's like the biggest thing I feel like in my life right now that's holding me back from being more myself. Because 50% of the population of the world is women. So if I'm gonna be fake with 50% of the people I meet, that's not gonna be a good way to, be yourself. So, yeah, that was just going through my head. The woman, the masseuse, I mean, her too, I liked her. She was very cute. Um, but I think she had a ring. So, but anyways, still, like, I don't know. I just, I get super self conscious around women. And that's basically it. If I want to become the waterfall, I'm gonna have to go through a lot of shit, rejection, uncomfortable situations, all of that. And yeah, I just realized. Well, yeah, I knew that before, but now there's different implication. There's a visual element to it of the still water, where she said, don't be like the still water. You want to be like the waterfall. You want to be like, energetic and that. And I want to be happy. And I cannot be happy if I'm not myself. I like to be a funny guy. I like to crack jokes, which is great, which is fun with the boys. It's easy, simple. But I can't be funny and be myself with women because I'm scared. I'm scared to be myself because I'm scared to approach them. I'm scared to be like, I like you. And them being like, I don't like you back. So, so I've heard from enough guys that, yeah, that's just what it's like being a man. I fall in love every day, a friend of mine said, who's in a relationship. But, you gotta keep going. And just gotta keep moving. And of course, you have to focus on yourself and your goals. But I feel like if it's like if it's causing me this much distress, I gotta do something about it. Yes, I want to focus on my goals and I have my goals with music and whatever, but I need to do something about the situation with me, like just avoiding being my true self around women. That's just yeah. That's all I have. She just made me think of that because I was like, yeah, I want to be the waterfall, but how? Like, what do you mean I'm like water? Like, I can be funny, I can be energetic. I'm just not like that around women. Well, why? Well, yeah, because I'm scared to be rejected, and you can't really be funny and all of this if you're not being yourself. And I'm not being myself because I don't want to. I don't want to be like, yo, I like you. I like you, and then be rejected. So, anyways, whatever. Life is tough. You learn something new every day, and I just had to get these thoughts off my mind. So, peace out. I hope you're doing great out there, right? Take care. Life is amazing. Life is a blessing, right? Be grateful. Peace.